Well, hello there guys. Today we're going to be talking about the Guardian 3, the Guardian 4 textured versus contoured scales. I'm Brad, I'm from Bradford Knives, and I'm happy to talk a little bit more about these designs with you. So our very first knife, going back to 2011, 2012, was our Guardian 3. And when we first originally designed this very subcompact knife, it was designed for your pinky to kind of drop off the back, just like that, kind of a 4.5 finger grip. Because of the subcompact nature and because your index finger is so up close to the edge here, we really wanted to give you some extra texture so that you can really clamp down on it if you are needing to do anything where there is a risk of slipping forward, like cleaning an animal, any type of penetration. So we like the textured scales for that. And the whole idea of the Guardian 3 was to be more of a minimalist design, was to give you just what you needed, nothing extra, but really just to focus on the quality of the material, meaning the steel and also the G10 scales. So the textured scales worked really well with the G10. So the feedback initially on the customer feedback of the Guardian 3 was, wow, this is such a cool knife. Make it bigger, make it bigger. So what we did was we rolled out with the Guardian 4, which is essentially just a scaled up version of the Guardian 3, but this one has a totally different application, designed to be more of your adventure knife, your day pack knife, something you can put on your hip and go for, a 4 to 6 hour hike. And it's pretty lightweight too. So this knife, also with the lightweight nature of it, the textured scales were just perfectly natural. And not that this knife was designed for batoning or designed to be clamped down on for a long period. We felt the textured scales were more than suitable, which many of you agreed, and they still are to this day. The textured scales are still to this day probably our biggest selling knife handle configuration on the Guardian 3, the Guardian 3.2, and the Guardian 4. As you move into the applications of some of these larger knives, people are really hungry for a more ergonomical handle. So there we roll out the Guardian 3D contoured scales. We kind of either call them 3D or we call them contoured, but they are certainly not textured. They are 3D, they are contoured, they're rounded. The Guardian 4 is kind of where this first started, and wow, this blade absolutely just melts into the palm. Melts into the hand, clamped down, no hot spots at all. Guided by the jimping here is really nice. And that knife then rolled back into the Guardian 3. So now here's a Guardian 3.2, one of our newest knives with the 3D contoured scales. And this knife, actually, when we designed it, the 3D nature of this one, the pinky even fits better back here right in the lanyard hole. So this is still a 4.5 finger grip, but the contoured scales really even creates a nice pocket for the pinky. So the 3D scales on the Guardian 3 and the 3.2 fit really well in the hand, much smoother. It's definitely like zero hot spots even when you're clamping down on it. The textured scales are designed to give you a little increased resistance and grip when you are having to do something where there could be an environment where your hand could slip. So that's kind of the two different schools of thought broken down and explained, but both are still really excellent. They both serve their purpose. So I would encourage you, if depending on your application, to then come to your handle choice, whether it's going to be the 2-dimensional or textured scale or the 3-dimensional or contoured scale. Both are excellent. I hope that was helpful and not more confusing. You can nonetheless, wherever you start, remember you can always get replacement scales so you can get something different. So if you have two applications, you can use the same knife, you get a new scale swap. Contact Ron or one of us if you need some help on that, but we can absolutely make that happen. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, guys.